Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Asmita and today's topic is Waterfall Model. So before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. So let's get started. Project managers may have different types of project management methodologies to choose from. Here we have Agile, Kanban, Scrum and many other iterative processes that you can choose from. But what if the project requires a more linear approach? Waterfall methodology is a linear project management methodology that can help you and your team to achieve a shared goal or a milestone at a time. Now let's understand what is waterfall project management. Waterfall is a sequential project management methodology in which a project is divided into distinct phases. Each phase begins only after the previous phase is completed. The waterfall model is a breakdown of project activities into linear sequential phases, where each phase depends on the deliverables of the previous one and corresponds to the specialization of the task. The approach is typically for the certain areas of engineering design. This project management approach originated from manufacturing and the construction industry, where each milestones need to be completed before the production process can move forward. For example, you cannot build the walls of a house if the foundation has not been poured, even though it begins in manufacturing. Waterfall project management has ever since adapted to fit the needs of many different industries, including the software development. For example, here what a waterfall project might look like. The waterfall methodology is often visualized in the form of flow chart or the Gantt chart. This methodology is also called as waterfall because each task cascades into the next step. In the Gantt chart, you can see the previous phrase fall into the next phrase. The 6 phases of waterfall project management methodology. Any team can implement waterfall project management, but this methodology is most useful for processes that need to be happen sequentially. If the project you're working on has a task that can be completed concurrently, try another framework, like the Agile methodology. If you are ready to start with the waterfall project management, follow these 6 steps. Stage 1. Requirement phase. This is the initial planning process in which the team gathers as much as information as possible to ensure a successful project. Because tasks in the waterfall method are dependent on the previous step, it requires a lot of forethoughts. This planning process is a crucial part for the waterfall model, and because of that, most of the project timeline is often spent on planning. To make this method work for you, compile a detailed plan project that helps you explain the phase of the project. This includes everything from what resources are needed and what specified team members are working on the project. This document is commonly referred to the project requirement document. By the end of the requirement phase, you should have a very clear outline of a project from start to finish, including each step of the process, like who is working on each stage, key dependency, requirement resources, a timeline of how long each step will take. Second step, system design phase. In software development process, the design phase is when the project teams specify what hardware the team will be using, and the other detailed information such as programming language and user interface. There are 2 steps of system design phase, the high-level design phase and the low-level design phase. In high-level design phase, the team builds on the skeleton of how the software will work and how the information will be accessed. During the low-level design phase, the team builds the most specified part of the software. If the high-level design phase is skeleton, the low-level design phase is the organ of the project. Here comes the third phase, implementation phase. This is a stage where everything is put into action based on the requirement of document in the step 1 and the system design process in the step 2. The team begins with a full development process to build a software as outlined by both the requirement phase and the system design phase. Fourth, testing phase. This is a stage in which the development team hands a project over to the quality assurance testing team. QA testers search for any bugs or errors that need to be fixed before the project has been deployed. Testers should clearly document all the issues they find while QAing. In this event, another developers come across a similar bug. They can reference previous documentation to help fix the issue. Fifth phase, development phase. For development project, This is a stage in which the software is deployed to the end user. For other industries, this is when the final delivery is launched and delivered to the end users. The last phrase, maintenance phase. Once a project is deployed, there may be instances where new bug is discovered or the project update is required. This is known as a maintenance phase, and it's common in the software development to continuously working on this phase. A quick question to you all. Why waterfall model is not preferred more today? Which methodology has overtaken the waterfall method? Note your answers in the comment section below and let us know. Now let's understand when to use waterfall methodology. A waterfall methodology is a common form of project management because it allows for throughout planning and detailed documentation. However, this framework isn't right for every project. Here are a few examples of when to use this type of project management. The project has a well-defined end goal. One of the strengths of waterfall approach is that it allows a clear path from point A to point B. If you're unsure about what point A is, your project is probably better off using iterative form of project management, like Agile framework. Now let's understand why waterfall method is important. Exclude the client and the end user. As an internal process, the waterfall methodology focuses very little on end users or client involved in the project. Its main purpose has always been help internal team move more efficiently throughout the phase of project, which can work well for the software world. Benefit of waterfall model management are consistent documentation, making it easy as back to track. Second, tracking process is easy. Team members can manage time efficiently. What is the main goal of waterfall model? The primary goal of waterfall model is to gather and make clear all the requirements upfront to prevent the development from going downhill without the possibility of making changes. In which area the waterfall model was preferred approach. Development of Department of Defense. Military and aircraft program follow the waterfall model in many organizations. This is because of the strict standards and the requirement they have to be followed. In such industry, the requirements are very well known in advance and the contracts are very specified about the deliverables of the project. DoD agency typically consider the waterfall model to be compatible with their acquisition process and the rigorous oversight process required by the government. Hope you understood the importance of waterfall model in the project management. Though many developers are moving to new and emerging approaches, waterfall is still widely used in traditional organization environment and processes. Research showed that 51% of organizations still use waterfall, based on 2017 report from the Project Management Institute. Thank you for watching this video. We'll be back with a new video very soon. Till then, keep learning. Do check out our book. The link is in the description.